All right, let's move on. And we're going to kind of go with this story and then kind of transition into some of the things that I've seen recently. Um, but one of the things that I saw recently last night was Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Now there's a report about how this movie's going to do, and apparently it's going to open lower than the original did. So Five Nights at Freddy's sequel opens in cinemas this Friday. PG-13 horror sequel is reportedly on track for a robust 35 to 40 million debut in 3,300 North American theaters, reports Variety. That means that the game to film adaptation will make its 36 million budget back on its opening weekend. Something any movie franchise would envy. However, this isn't just any movie franchise. The first film debuted in late 2023 and was even more gargantuan hit than expected. Its title premiered with 80 million in its domestic opening weekend in cinemas and was by far Blumhouse's biggest opening to date, ended its run with nearly 300 million in global revenue. It was seen as doubly impressive that the title debuted day and date simultaneously on streaming service with Peacock, and to this day remains the biggest box office opening weekend for a day and date release. That the sequel, which is exclusively to cinemas only this time, is tracking to debut with less than half of what it filmed is not good. Taking into account the first film potentially lost several million in ticket sales due to the same day release, it's really not good. Blumhouse is coming off a brutal year at the box office, a string of flops, and Black Phone 2 is the sole success so far. Zootopia 2 is expected to rule again with a further 44 to 50 million, a 50% decline from its 98 million. Film has hit 616.7 million worldwide in its first release. Tarantino's Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair's re-release is expected to earn 5 to 10 million. That's more than impressive, considering that movie is going to be close to 4.5 hours long. That's $5 to $10 million for a 4.5 hour movie is is great. Great. Okay, so let's start with the story itself. It's concerning if you're Blumhouse that this is a major fan base, like a major fan base. My 14-year-old loves the amount of times I've heard these freaking theme songs, and I know who William Afton is and Michael Afton and the kids and all that. I know all this shit because of her. I had never really even seen the first one all the way through. I didn't think. And I'm going to reiterate this because, my God, I said it on the Out of the Theater reaction last night, and people don't listen. I'll reiterate it. I had not seen the thing all the way through. So what did I do? I watched the whole movie the whole way through with Tina, put a reaction up, which will be up pretty soon. And I watched the whole thing. Then I went and saw the movie, the second one. So I knew, and it's okay. And I liked the first movie. There's a lot of holes in it. It's not a great movie, but it's fun. From what I hear, very different from the games and everything too, from what my daughter tells me. I didn't like the second movie. I thought the writing was terrible. And Matthew Lillard, I was hoping was going to be like him and Skeet Ulrich are in this movie together again.
Wonderful.
They're barely even in it. And McKenna Grace, who I love. This kid's great. She's wasted. Everybody else is fine in the movie. They're good in it. It's just some of the dialogue and the story choices. But maybe it is for the audience. But if the audience is only going to bring in 25 million, that's a problem for week 2.
Yeah.
It's not the big problem for week 1. It's the problem for week 2 is that the returning audience is going to be there. So are you worried if you're
So happy to be with Nutrafol for as long as we have been, because it's the holiday season, and man, oh man, what a gift, what a thoughtful gift Nutrafol could be. Because if you give Nutrafol, you give the gift of stronger and faster growing hairs. It really is an ideal gift for anyone who deserves a boost of confidence, science-backed support heading into the new year. And this holiday season, Nutrafol is the perfect gift for anyone on your list. It could be for your mom. It could be for your aunt going through menopause. It's maybe a friend who just had a baby and is experiencing postpartum hair shedding, your husband, your father who relies on his baseball hat to cover things up, yourself, or anyone looking to support their overall hair health. It's probably not something you've ever even thought of as a gift. Trust me, they're going to be thanking you later, giving something that someone actually needs instead of a mug or a t-shirt or a gift card. I'm telling you, it's thoughtful, it's impactful, and it is a way to show that you really care this holiday season. You can feel great knowing that Nutrafol's hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified. It really is the gold standard in third-party certification. Give the gift of confidence this holiday season with Nutrafol. Now, whether you're treating yourself or someone on your list, visibly healthier, thicker hair is the gift that keeps on giving. Right now, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription plus free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com. Use the promo code Kristian. Nutrafol.com, promo code Kristian. $10 off. Nutrafol.
Oh, absolutely. Because they're also, they're coming off of a year that's not super banner for them. Black Phone 2 did not do well. And this
The
was
Black
a
Phone 2
movie,
Black Phone 2 did do well.
I thought
That's
it
what
didn't.
No, that's what they said.
Oh,
They said
it was the only
it was
one
the
that was
sole
good.
one
It was
that
the
did well.
only one that's
Yeah.
good. Oh, that's
Yep.
my fault.
Yep.
I'm so
Yep.
sorry. Listening, God.
Yep.
And so see, people don't listen. You're
I
right,
know.
Kristian. Don't listen
Yeah.
to any of us. But they haven't had a great year overall. And their whole big thing too was doing these nice kind of shoestring budgets and then profiting off of that. That's been their whole kind of model that's made them
Yeah.
so successful, and also doing innovative storytelling and everything. The first movie too, they made it an event. I would go to
Right.
the Regal in North Hollywood and there would be kids all cosplaying, which was absolutely terrifying to see small children dressed as these freaky little characters. That's also because I'm a baby and everything scares me. But I don't feel the same hype around this in general too going into
It's
it. And I
true.
know also I'm not a part of the horror community. That's not something that I gravitate towards. But my friends who are, my podcast partner
Yeah.
Amy, who loves horror,
You
you
could
know,
take these movies. You'd be able.
oh
you-
yeah,
you-
Five
you
Nights. I can
understand
play
that.
those games too. I love them.
Yeah, I
But
like
like,
I saw the games. The games are
they're
creepy,
super
way creepier.
fun.
Yeah,
They're really creepy and it's yeah, but they're a good time. But I haven't heard a lot of people excited about it to begin with, aside from having, the first husbands of horror back
right.
together in it. So it's very disappointing to hear that they're not in that much. And I just feel like again, the first one kind of felt like lightning in a bottle because there was such low expectations for it. It was, doing that
Right.
day and date and stream of like you could stream it or you
Which
could
was
go see it in
yeah,
theaters.
right. Which was crazy that it delivered in the way that it did.
Yeah.
So maybe, but also maybe it has like a different, maybe it has a bigger debut than they think. So
Could.
I wonder, but it's one of the movies that I saw. One of the other movies that I saw was Marty Supreme, which I'm gonna release my out of the theater reaction for that today. I won't release all my thoughts on it. I want people to see the out of the theater reaction, which is shot already, and I'll let people watch that today. But he will probably win Best Actor for this.
Really?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is a very solid film.
I gotta be honest, everything about that movie, I'm like, these are really great actors, but I could not
Oh, I
care
liked it.
about.
I
Yeah?
liked it. Yeah, I liked
Okay.
it. It was
That's
interesting.
good. That's
It was
good. Because I
interesting.
really enjoy his acting and everything.
Yeah.
And I like
It's
Gwyneth.
it's a trip, man. It's a circus.
Okay.
It's a circus. And it's a
Nice.
pretty fascinating story when a lot of it. It's not, they pull some inaccuracies and make a movie and things too.
Sure.
So I'll release that one soon. The other one, based off a true story, was The Luckiest Man on Earth. I think it was called Luckiest Man in America. I can't remember. It's the one with Paul Walter Hauser. Are you a luckiest man?
The game show one.
Yes. So are you familiar
Yes.
with this story?
Yeah, where he basically just kind of figures out the algorithm essentially
So,
to
but
the
do you,
game.
yes, but do you remember that game show?
No.
Press Your Luck. So I watched that game show all of the time as a kid. Like I remember watching it in the summertime. I have a very vivid memory of right before I went to play stickball in the park with my friends, having a glass of iced tea and watching Press Your Luck. Like I would watch that show, and it was
When was that on?
80s, and Peter
Okay.
Tamarkin was was the host of it. And so this guy, he's an ice cream truck driver, unemployed guy for a bit, and he cheated the system, and he figured out the algorithm, if you will, or the pattern of the board, and the highest amount anyone had ever won, I think, was something like $15,000 or maybe
Something
$17,000.
insane.
He won $113,000 in one. There's so much that they had to split up into two things. And so I'm telling the true story about it first, and then I'll get into the actual movie itself. And I was watching because I knew the story. I remember it as a kid, and I remember, and again, I had over the years, and even when YouTube became a thing, they pushed it out there, and so I knew right away when I love Paul Walter Hauser, so when I saw that he was playing it, I was like, okay, great, I'm interested in this. And then I started watching on YouTube. I'm watching, and my 8-year-old starts watching it with me, and at the end, she goes, oh, he didn't cheat, and I go, technically, you're not wrong. She's like, wasn't in the rules that you couldn't do that. She's like, and I go, she's not wrong because they paid him his money because of that. It was not in the contract that you couldn't do that. You just shouldn't have done it, but he did.
Yeah.
So he cheated the system. What they also said was if he would have stayed, he decided to stop playing. He could have owned CBS. He could have played for millions and millions of dollars and walked out of there and been going on for months. But anyway, that's the story. That's a long-winded way to say I didn't love the movie. Because I loved Paul Walter Hauser in it. But what they did do after a bit, for the fascinating part of where they got to it, then they do this whole thing of things that didn't happen and made things to just make a movie. And it was like, well, I know that didn't happen, and that seems so far-fetched, and it lost me. So
That's a shame.
Yeah, he's great. I love Paul Walter Hauser. He's great.
He's good in everything.
He's great, but this one it just didn't work. I saw Hedda, which is a Nia DaCosta, Tessa Thompson movie.
Yeah, they had a Gabler adaptation.
I felt like I drank a bottle of NyQuil. I was so bored, and I wanted to love it because I love Tessa Thompson, and she's really good in the movie. But I thoroughly disliked the characters. Thoroughly disliked the character. I felt like it was the same scene again and again and again, and it felt like it was a 12-hour movie, and I think it was just around 2 hours, but it felt forever. So I did not love that movie. That's that one. I talked about Train Dreams. I watched.
Ooh,
great movie.
I was interested.
Depressing.
Okay, cool.
Depressing.
Yeah,
but great. And Joel Edgerton should be in the conversation for Best Actor. He's great. So if you haven't, that's available for everybody on Netflix right now too. You can check that out. And it's just a story. This guy, simple guy, lives in the woods, and with his wife, baby girl. But he goes out and he's a logger, so he takes him away, and just things happen, and it's it takes place in like the in between like the 20s to like the 50s and around that. Yeah. But it's solid. So I would say if you're looking for some of those Oscar performances, that's one.
It looks beautiful. I was watching an interview with the two of them, and they were talking about how they used so much like natural light, and it was just like, nope, we're just outside near this cabin. That's it. It's just us and the DP, no one else, which seems beautiful. Like such a cool, intimate way to film.
It's you can tell. I don't know if I talked about this yet. Hamnet, I finally watched.
Were you okay?
Oh, did you see it?
I haven't yet, but I'm going to on Friday, and every person I know who has kids, I'm very worried about them seeing.
Yeah. It's not easy with that, right? That aspect of it. I told my wife, I said, look, it's a beautiful movie, but you shouldn't watch it. But it is the definition of beautiful. Chloe's out. She should win Best Director.
Wow. Okay.
It is just a beautiful movie, and I don't just mean in this way that it looks. And I always forget and I won't after this year, but the lead actress should be the one who wins Best Actress.
Gosh, yeah, she was. I always forget her name too. She was in The Women. I'll look her up real quick.
But they'll tell us in the comment section in a second here too. But
Jessie Buckley.
Jessie Buckley. She's
incredible.
She should win.
Yeah. She's good in everything too. God.
I have seen mostly everything at this point that I think most people are going to be nominated for. Maybe there's something else. I don't know what else I should see. But I mean, look, I thought Julia Roberts was amazing in Afterthought. I really did. But Jessie Buckley is and Emma Stone was great in
in Begonia.
Yep. But Buckley should be the front runner. She is so good. And then what else did I see? I don't know if I talked about Rental Family. I think I did. Rental Family, which is that's a sweet movie. It's a very, very sweet movie. But I think I talked about that recently. And then what else? Is that everything else that I've seen? I think so.
Have you seen Anaconda yet?
No, I have a screening for it soon. I like that they're kind of taking the piss, as the Brits say, with this one. So I'll go and check it out. But no, I haven't seen that one.
Okay.
And I saw Avatar, obviously. And I think Warfare. Someone said I never talked about Warfare. I did see Warfare, and I saw that a little while ago. Again, a very solid movie. A very solid movie. It, to me, didn't have the structure of a regular movie, and this is not a criticism on it. This is clearly a retelling of a military thing that happened, very similar to what Black Hawk Down did, right?
Sure. Okay.
And you can tell that the people involved were there, and that they recreated this and put you in there, and it is intense. It is real. I didn't question it for a second. I didn't. Well, I'm not gonna say I wasn't emotionally invested. That's not true at all. I was definitely emotionally invested. I did, like, when the story itself, I'm like, okay, I didn't, it wasn't like, all these other movies. People are like, it's gonna be in your top 10. It's not. It's not in my top 10.
Okay.
I think it's a really good movie, solid movie, and not an easy watch at all. And I think for military people, they'll probably resonate to it even more so, and rightfully so. Very solid movie, very tough watch. Probably never watch it again. Not because it wasn't good, just because it's not an easy watch. That is very tough. Good performances.
That was one that I'm so bad about doing that. I'm just gonna wait till I get my screener. That's what I'm gonna watch on my screeners, and I take the whole SAG voting really seriously. For those of you who don't know, too, SAG does this wonderful lottery so that it's just random which members get to be part of the nomination committee, and I got to do that a couple years ago.
That's cool,
and it was the best. And so I love doing the screeners, so I can also just be a total obnoxious person and pause and rewind a scene and be like, wait, hold on, that's such a good moment. Ooh, that's great. So that's when I am looking forward to just kind of breaking down, and also being able to literally take a break and walk away when it gets a little intense.
Easily, yeah. So that's the thing, is that I am part of SAG, but I wasn't voting on it for SAG. I was voting for Critics' Choice, because the audience made me, and they were right last year, because I was talking about, I feel like the Oscars, and there was that big report. People didn't even see everything.
Yeah.
And drove me nuts. And someone's like, well, you're part of Critics' Choice. Did you see everything? I was like, I saw most of it. You got to see everything too if you're going to criticize them. I was like, you're right. So I watched everything this year. 100%. You got to, if people call you out and you bullshit, you got to make it not bullshit anymore. So that was so I've been watching everything. I'm trying to watch every single thing that I can, because I want to be able to, accurately, because I still say, and not just because I'm a part of it, I would say it even if I wasn't, I still feel like the Critics' Choice Awards are the most credible awards out of all of them, because
they're incredibly balanced.
It's because critics have to watch everything.
Yeah.
You have to watch. That's their job. Their job is to go and see everything and watch everything and know everything. There's certain people inside of the Academy, they just are in it because they got clout, and they're not watching everything.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, so there's a lot there, guys. What do you think about the movies that I saw? What do you think about the Five Nights at Freddy stuff? Put all your thoughts in there. Let me know.